What is, what he do? Welcome to the Max Show. Ladies and gentlemen, the Online Pimp Podcast. The best in the online space for pimp podcasting. Okay, this is episode number 9 today, or are we at 8? Look how prepared I am. This is episode number 9 already. If you see my pretty head back there in the background, I've just checked. So episode number 9, there's actually a lot of serious content to go over in this one that is going to make dramatic improvements in your pimping game. Or if you have an OnlyFans account yourself and want to make a fuck ton more money, I am going to explain to you how to do that throughout this podcast. There is a lot to go over. Now, I've been having fun with this podcast. I'm not going to lie. People have been hitting me up going, Mick, why did you leave the marketplace game? Please make more videos. And then I get the salty people, I'm unsubscribing to you because you're not giving me free information that's helping me anymore. Well, fuck out of here. Okay, I'm waking up each day with just this reinvigorated sense of happiness. It's crazy, okay? And you know, if you're going to become an online pimp, it's a fucking great game to be in. You're around beautiful people always. You're constantly laughing. It's insane money. It's so easy to sell, and you have no unhappy customers. You know, I was meticulous in my past business about making the experience as valuable as possible. So to do that, I would read every day through customer complaints or whatever complaints I could find, and then I would try and improve on that. And that's just eliminated in this OnlyFans business, in this online pimping game, because every customer's super satisfied. And that is something that I want to talk about as well, where I see 99% of the girls going wrong in this industry is they do not finish the conversation correctly, okay? And they get caught in this limbo of, should I keep talking? Should I what? When should I reply? Should I wait a few hours? And their customer isn't really satisfied. Because there are two parts to value and satisfaction in this business, okay? I talk about it all the time. It's number one is connection, and then the second most valuable thing is climax. You need to be able to achieve both for the customer, okay, so that they get a valuable experience and that they're going to continue to keep coming back again and again. Now, what I want to talk about is topic number 1, and this is an absolute banger because in the last few days, a shit ton of people have reached out to me and they've said, I've made the transition into launching, but I'm getting a lot of hate from my friends. I'm getting a lot of hate from my family. I'm getting a lot of this, a lot of that, okay? This is my number 1 piece of advice for dealing with hate or haters. And this is very transferable because as an online pimp, you are going to get some fucking haters. It's just inevitable. And this is the best piece of advice for it, okay? And it's really just experience it. Get as much of it as possible, okay? And then what you want to do as an add-on to that is not just experience as much as possible, but push it out to your socials and have a laugh, because the people who actually enjoy your content, they'll kind of take away from the hate or the perceived threat of hate because you'll all be laughing about it together. And eventually it becomes fun. Eventually you just become so desensitized to it because you get it all the time. Hate is just an indicator that more people know you. And no matter what you do, you could be fucking, you know, the charity runner that does absolutely nothing except running charity, and people will say you have a hidden agenda. People will say, yeah, but why aren't you also helping the kids of Burma? Okay? You're always going to get hate, no matter what you do. Being able to become desensitized to hate will allow you to succeed a lot faster because a lot of people stop when they get hate. And if you're a girl running an account, this is important as well, because whilst your clients will all be absolutely in love with you, the people that will not are the people that reach out and go, well, you're a dirty slut, you're a fucking da-da-da-da. Okay, these people are fucking simp dudes anyway, okay? They are just simps on a different plane. The other simps will purchase, but these people are real simps. They are ones that will go out and hate for no particular reason. And let me tell you why they're a real simp, okay? It's very easy to understand. It's such a low IQ approach to life. If you go out in the search of hate to hate on someone, okay, never in a million years is that ever going to end with you gaining any benefit. If you cold reach out to someone and say, well, don't you look fat today, okay, there is never a chance, unless you're joking with a friend, okay, there is never any time that is going to bring you any benefit. So it's really not like, I'm not even talking about the law of attraction or anything like that. I'm talking about a very low IQ approach to life. These people have an extremely low IQ and you have to treat them as such. If they reach out and they fucking say, oh, da-da-da-da-da, you just think to yourself, this person that doesn't know me is reaching out to try and gain hate to make their own life even worse. They're trying to make themselves feel shit and search for that comfortable, okay? Search for that comfortable feeling of shit. These people have such a low IQ approach. That's why I try and be positive all the time. That's why even with haters, I have fun with them and use them to strengthen my relationships with my followers, because the opposite of the low IQ approach is obviously a high IQ approach, which is, what benefit can I gain from this conversation or this person? Even if I don't like someone, but they are better than me at something, to some extent, at something, and I want that. I will be amicable with that person to gain what they have, okay? And this is the difference. So, number one is become desensitized to hate and share it with your followers. I caught the low iPhone battery mark there. Point number two is to make sure that you understand that these haters have a low IQ approach to life, and knowing that they reach out and that they're instantly showing you that they're a low IQ person, you treat them like a toddler, okay? You don't need to worry. You're dealing with a toddler. It's super, super easy, okay? Now, haters are also great, and this is another point that I want to add on, because haters will teach you something about yourself that you don't know. Now, I don't recommend engaging with haters, or you can get caught up in that very easy. I limit myself to one a day for a bit of fun and share it on my socials. However, lots of haters, okay, will tell you more about you than you know. They will tell you what your real strengths are. What do I mean by that? Okay, haters will say something like this, and this is using myself as an example. I think he's a big fucking con man, da-da-da-da-da, but he knows how to market correctly. I think he's a big fucking con man, but he obviously knows how to run ads well because he's drawing in all these suckers, okay? Stop and look. When your haters give you some prop and they do it out of justification, it lets you know what your real strengths are, and that's a cool thing to know. So, for example, you look at Conor McGregor. A lot of people hate him, and they'll say, yeah, I fucking don't like him as a person, but he knows how to market himself, okay? And then everyone agrees he's a good marketer. So he's basically showing what his strengths are, and look through your haters. If there's a pattern of identification, okay, they're going to show you what your strengths are. And that's a very, very cool thing as well. So you can always take benefit from these haters. I get it all the time. They reach out and they say, I think you're a fucking scammer. I think you're a fucking loser. I think this business that you're doing is disgusting, but you obviously know how to market yourself. I don't even reply because they didn't address me as Big Daddy. And I tell these haters, I tell them in a message, if you want me to engage and you want me to reply to your hate, I'm more than happy to do that, but you have to meet my criteria, which is you must address me as Big Daddy or Big Papa or Sir. I need some level of respect at the start for me to even think about answering your message. See, I want you to have fun in this online pimping game. It is fun. Now let's get into more of the serious content for today, which is the marketing side of things, which is a lot of the reason people are here. Okay, if you're here for the marketing, I'm about to give out some free hot sauce. So I want you to get your little hot sauce finger and hit subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to this channel because I'm releasing shit like this every day. And it's shit that I find on the daily, new shit. For example, right now, na premier сейчас, okay? Right now, I just found out something new. It's called Previa. And basically, I found this program while searching for cheaper prices for automation, okay? Now, what do I mean? I run Facebook lead ads, which are basically ads that people leave an email for in exchange for something. They get something in exchange for their email. Why? Because email marketing is so powerful. On average, you get around 36 to 1 returns. So for every dollar you spend, you should get $36 in return if done correctly. So that's why it's so powerful, email marketing. Now, I found what you have to do normally, okay, and this sucks if you use Shopify as your website or anything. If you run Facebook lead ads to capture emails, you have to download all those emails into a CSV file. Then you have to transfer them over into the acceptable format for Shopify. Then you have to upload them daily. That is a massive task. So obviously, a smart company, there are lots out there, the main one being Zapier, they create automations. So basically what happens is they create a bridge or a connection between Shopify and your Facebook ads manager. And it says every time someone opts in, it creates a zap or an automation which sends over that information to Shopify and does it automatically. Obviously, this is very valuable, okay? But Zapier's pricing is ridiculous for this action. As I capture so many emails with my ads in bulk and then filter out the weeds through email sequencing, they charge a ridiculous amount for Zaps. So I was searching for an alternative. However, what I found was something better. And it's called Provia. And I highly recommend that you give this a try. I'm testing it myself. And especially if you're not very experienced in marketing and you want to make the most returns for every dollar you spend. If you're going to start spending dollars on these strategies, this will by far catapult the amount of returns you get. It does take more of your personal input, but it'll be a 10x compared to normal email marketing. And here's the kicker, okay? Whilst the app itself isn't free, and I'm not endorsing it, I'm not a sponsor. Whilst the app itself isn't free, there are no costs now for email marketing or SMS marketing. And if you're a beast in the marketing game and you just heard what I said, you would be fucking sweating right now. If you don't understand how powerful that is, I'm going to explain it to you in a second. Email marketing places, I need a more articulate version of words. Email marketing systems normally charge a premium based on the amount of subscribers you have. So up until 2,000 subscribers, or 2,000 people in your list, it's generally free. And then they start charging based on your list size. So the more people you have, okay, the more they charge you into ridiculous amounts, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. Now, what this app does is it connects with Facebook only so far that I know of, okay? But every time a lead comes through, it sends you a notification. And you obviously don't want to be hit every single time unless you're trying to make the most of your dollars. Because what happens is, every time you get even one lead, so one person leaves their email, if you want to make the most of your money and you have time to invest, okay, every time a notification comes through, you can click, it will open up your email and you can save templates and you can send an email instantly. Now, I know you can do this with automations, but again, it becomes extremely costly. Now, why this is so crazy is that you don't have to get it for every single person that comes through, okay? You can get it for bulks of 50 and you can send out in bulks of 50. And then also they save all your customers in a big ass CSV. So even though you've been emailing them, at the end of each month, you can download them and import them to Shopify or wherever you want to save your emails. Now, how does this apply for OnlyFans? Now, when I recommend running these OnlyFans businesses, a module that I'm about to add to the course, and I already run one paid method and I show people how to run Instagram ads in there. Okay, if you haven't bought that shit yet, fucking buy it. It's $99, okay? The amount of value is insane. I have legal contracts in there that you give the girls that cost me thousands of dollars personally, and you've just saved that money instantly. It's not an attempt to make money. The goal is that you'll find so much fucking value in it. When you buy it, you're going to hit the referral link, you're going to be successful, and I'm going to get 5% of the money from OnlyFans, okay? And it's not 5% of the money from you either. OnlyFans takes 20% and they're going to give me 5 of that. So you lose nothing. My hope is that I can give enough value that everyone is going to gain, and that'll make me gain. And that's the way that business should operate. Value exchange. Now, what you need to do to gain subscribers, if you're a girl watching this, or you're a guy who wants to get girls' accounts to gain subscribers. If you're content with running paid marketing, you need an opt-in page. I talk about this all the time. Create an opt-in page. Very easy to do with Shopify. You can use OmniSend, you can use Privy. There's a whole fucking set of different apps you can use. You can use Pagefly even, a free app, and create an email opt-in page. Essentially, an email opt-in page is someone sees your ad on Facebook, okay? They click through and it will take them to a page where it says, put in your email to receive this. Now, let me explain the exact structure for you, okay? You run an ad. It's got an attractive looking woman on it. One of your working girls. And it says, want to see more content like this? Winky face, okay? And you've got to be smart with the way you word because you've got to get around the Facebook algorithms. You drive them to a page, your opt-in page, where there is a naked picture, which would normally instantly disallow your ad. However, you use the blur feature on Canva, which I talk about in everything. You use the blur feature to blur out 80 to 90% of that photo so it's unreadable by Facebook, and it adds curiosity to the person. They click through, it says, do you want to see more? And there's a blurred picture, and you can tell that bitch is naked, but she's blurred out mostly, okay? people are going to be like, fuck, if I just put in my email, I'm going to get sent this. Or put in my SMS, I'm going to get sent this. Now, when you have Previa, okay, connected, as soon as someone puts in their email, they're going to pop up as a notification and you can start direct messaging with that person instantly. Now, if you're using an SMS opt-in, I recommend buying another phone, a very cheap phone that you use just for that purpose. Why this is so good is if you use a app to do this for you, say for example SMS Bump, which I'm a big fan of, the problem is it can cost up for 40 cents a text message, which doesn't sound like much, okay? But when you have 10 opt-ins, now it's costing you $4 to send that message. If I drop this fucking book again, it costs you $4 to send 10 messages, which instantly adds because you've already paid for your ad and now you've got to pay for your SMSs. So with Previa, okay, and it's about $20 a month for those who want to know, for the unlimited feature. Unlimited text, unlimited everything, okay? Someone puts in their email or they put in their SMS and it will send via your native email or via your native SMS, and you can directly hit these people up as soon as they come through, which is going to increase their chance of response rate and buying your shit. In this case, if you're pushing your girl's, okay, OnlyFans account, or you're a girl and you want to increase your OnlyFans account, after you get that email, send them the blurred out picture, which you can save, send them the full picture. I just made $300. Beautiful. You send them the full picture, okay? But then have a call to action. I've got so much more to show you, baby. Come to my OnlyFans, okay? And that is how you run this sequence. Now think about it. This is such an easy business to make money on because you can target men who are very cheap to target, okay, compared to women on Facebook to begin with. You're going to get extremely high click-through rates if you use an attractive woman. You're going to get extremely high opt-ins because people want a free piece of naked content. And then your follow-up sequencing, if done correctly, you can drive a lot of subscriptions to OnlyFans. So it's kind of hard without showing you visually, but this is a podcast, not a course, okay? Again, I show this shit in the course, but I'm not pushing you. I'm just using Mac maneuverability to make you be like, oh, I'm intrigued about buying it. Oh, but he's not giving me enough sauce. Okay, that's the pimp game. Now, let me talk about message closing. And this is another problem that I see girls doing, especially girls that I handle their accounts. Okay, my team handles their accounts now. They come on board. I look through their accounts. Not only is their pricing shot, but they do not understand story sequencing, anchors, and they don't know how to finish a conversation. If you don't know how to finish off a conversation, you are tied in an infinite loop of having to chat with this person, okay? And when you delay your responses, their value, okay, the value they get becomes less. Why? Because they're not getting as much of a connection. So we have to do what's called an anchor, which is where we set the parameters of the conversation and we basically tell them what's going to happen. With an anchor, we set the parameters of the conversation and we let the dudes pretty much tell us a story, and we make sure that we tell them they cannot come until we say so, because that's the second thing they're searching for is climax. This is going to allow us to also have an end point to the conversation, which is where connection happens. Now, I'm not going to explain all the message sequencing, but after you let the dude pay you for the final picture, a large amount, $100, and they bust a nut, you finish the conversation by saying, well, I had so much fun too. Oh God, that was great for me. Or if you're on your girl's account, you say, I'm so glad that you had a fantastic time. Can't wait to do this again very soon with you. I'm off too. And then you finish the conversation by saying what's happening. Okay. I'm off to sleep. I've got stuff to do. Can't wait to talk again soon. By using this one little tactic, your sales are going to 100x, 100x, because the dudes understand that, okay, I finished, I got the climax, I got the connection, and the conversation is closed, okay? They are going to repeat buy. They're going to remember that experience as hyper enjoyable. They understood that there was an end to it, and the last thing they remember is this ultimate climax, which I teach you how to get these dudes to have, okay? They're going to get to that point. What's going to happen is they're going to repeat buy, and you've milked a shit ton of money out of them, hundreds of dollars per conversation. So what happens is, in the future weeks, okay, you can reach out to them once a week and you can use a hook, or most of the time they'll reach out to you and say, I had fun the other day, okay, and then you repeat that exact same procedure. Set the anchor, let them work, whether it's a news story, whatever it is, work through the messaging sequencing, and then finish based on the climax, Close off by closing off the messages by reinforcing your anchor, okay? And then boom. This is a lot easier as well for guys that like to be dominated, okay? Any submissive men, this will work so much easier on, because if you're a chick who can put on a persona of being a dominatrix, or, for example, that's just who you are as a chick, or the girls you manage are, or they're comfortable with that, okay? You pretty much dictate what happens. You say, well, I expect to be talking to you next week. Well, I expect, well, I better, well, I do, okay? And then you've put yourself in a position of power. You're dictating a never-ending anchor to withdraw as much money from these men as possible. And, whilst you may think that sounds bad, bring them a shit ton of value. They're getting exactly what they wanted. You're not forcing them to go on the platform and message you. You're giving them the connection they ask. You're giving them the best connection in the business because you're a person of value, okay? And you're giving them a climax. And remember what I talk about. When you give value, you become a person of value, and people who are people of value earn a shit ton of money. They're rewarded for being a person of value. When you're a person of value, you're rewarded for being a person of value. Don't fucking forget that. Okay, next topic that we're going to talk about is finding the perfect hoe. Now, if you want me to word that nicer, okay, finding the perfect lady to work for you, okay? Now, there is a hierarchy of different women that you want to work for you. Obviously, when you're first starting out, you pretty much take whoever you can get on, develop your skills, okay? And then what you want to do is after you develop your skills, then you can start vetting or start screening for higher quality ladies. Why? Because you're a higher quality person yourself and you can bring more value to the table. Thus, you deserve more value. At the very, very top of ladies, these are the ladies you want. Ladies that already make a shit ton of money from OnlyFans, and you can increase their sales with your skills and understanding. And to top that off, not only can you increase the amount of money they make, but you can automate the process for them. So you're giving them back time, which is one of the main points of value for these women. Because you need to understand what these women searching for value, because they're also your customers, okay? They want more money and they want to commit less time and they want to feel sexy. That's pretty much it. Make them feel sexy. Make them have to commit less time, less effort, and make them more money, okay? And you're pretty much going to win every single time. They are the top tier ladies, the ladies that already have OnlyFans accounts running, active subscriptions. You're taking over, you're instantly getting revenue for your work. The next part of the hierarchy down are ladies that do not have OnlyFans accounts, but are willing to show a lot of themselves, okay? And do a lot of things, okay? Put out a lot of content, which allows you to milk a lot more out of these men or women that pay for it. And they have large social media followings. Girls that have large social media followings, okay, are the next best down because you can instantly leverage their social media following and gain active subscribers. Obviously, the next down are girls that don't have social media followings, okay, they don't have active accounts, or they have very little social media followings, and they're not willing to show a lot, or they're willing to show a lot but discreet, okay? They're the next level down girls because you're going to have to pretty much create a whole new profile. You have no social leverage to work off, and you have no instant payment for your workload. So you're taking a lot of it up front, okay? When you first start, these are the girls that you'll probably have to look for until you gain experience. And then the very, very bottom are girls who don't want to show nudity, have no social profile, don't want to use their connections, want to put in no work, and fucking have no idea how the platform works. These are the bottom scrapers, the bottom feeders. But you can leverage them to get other girls. What do I mean? If you bring them on and then ladies say to you, well, how many girls do you have working for you? You can say, well, I have 16 ladies currently on a roster. Instantly, it adds validation to you that you're a person who knows what the fuck they're doing, okay? You have 16 girls. Use their content, which if you use the consent forms and you ask these ladies and you get them to sign, you legally have rights to promote your personal brand using their content, okay? Other ladies that come on, they'll see that you have a fuck ton of content of other ladies. Not only do you instantly become a person of value and a person of experience, but people love to compete with each other for no fucking reason. And they're going to compare. Envy's going to kick in. This is especially strong in women. Women, if you're shaking your heads at this, oh, no, it's not. It fucking is. Don't lie. Women are instantly going to compare themselves to the other girls that are working for you. And they're going to say, fuck, well, he's already got all these girls. And when you reach out to them and you're genuine, you say, look, you are actually genuinely a beautiful girl. We can make a lot of money together. And you be genuine and sincere with it, okay? These women are going to sign up. And you can get higher quality women. Now, I think that is pretty much it for the day. We've covered opt-ins. We've covered finding the perfect hoe. We've covered how to deal with haters. Previa. We've covered a shit ton of stuff, and I've been rambling for at least 30 minutes of free content for everyone. Hope you found some value. I will see you all again tomorrow. Make sure you hit subscribe, leave any comment. If you're in the course, leave a comment of what you want to add. Yesterday, I put up a story post and I said, what do you want me to add to this fucking thing? It's the most valuable $99 you're ever going to spend. I got 3 replies only. That's when you know you have a good product. And the rest were people saying, I've learned so much. It's so great already, bro. Da, da, da. Okay. I only got 3 suggestions. All of those 3 things have been added. There was a template that people wanted of message sequencing, of understanding the exact template. Okay. That's been added. There was a silly one, which is I want but not silly because it allows me to add value. The legal contract, they wanted it in a Word document form, so it's easier and they don't have to convert it. So now it's available in multiple formats, okay? And the third one, which I added this morning, was freelancer and understanding more about the hiring process, which has had some updated extra information. Again, if you want more information and you want it added to the course, leave it below and I'll add it because we're here to make fucking pimp money. Now, I've got girls to pimp out, shit to do for the rest of my day, emails to send, opt-ins to create. Have a blessed day, my fellow pimp, and I will catch you all in tomorrow's podcast. Hit subscribe.